Can you read that far?
No. Of course I can.
That was a good one, I gotta admit it. Yeah, welcome back everybody to another episode of V-Time, episode 160, hopefully 4. I do not remember.
So you did not even invite me on the episode 169. I'm kind of disappointed.
Look, man, blame them putting VGCS on this number of V-Time week.
Wait, this is 164?
64, I believe. Which means next week 65, the week after is 66, the week after that is 67. So even for Germany, it's not going to be 69.
Alex, you're going to make 2 extra episodes within the week. I don't care.
We'll figure it out. I could be wrong. Could be 65. Who the fuck knows? I should probably. But anyway, we got a packed episode. We got a special guest. We got a couple of things to talk about, from leaks to events to special releases and so forth and so forth and so forth and so forth. But all that being said, we're going to get straight into it. But before that, if you're interested in buying any cards from TCG Player, please use our affiliate link down below. Purchases through this link will support the channel so we can bring more great shit like this to you guys. Are you affiliated on TCG?
No.
Okay, never mind then. Anyway, we're going to start off the leaks as per usual. Starting us off with a common for Dark States. It's a grade 1 8K. Act, Rearguard. If you have a Vanguard Almagestor in its card name, couldn't just call her Unica, man?
No, because the right lines are all Almagestars.
I know. Retire this unit. Choose up to 2 critical triggers from your bind zone and put them into your soul.
So essentially, why it's useful that it's not only Unica is that if you have the grade 1, if you run it main deck, you're not going to do that. You can call it early in the game, and then use the skill, bind a trigger, get 10k power to be more aggressive on turn 2, and then use the skill to get them back.
Hey, now you can actually...
You're never ever going to use that.
You can run it in the main deck. There's not enough good cards in Unica to put anything else.
Also, spoiler for future use, isn't the other Unica...
Oh, we already talked about her.
Oh, okay. Is she also called Unica?
No, she does not have Unica.
Exactly.
I know. Exactly. I know. Look, man, my brain is like Unica. I need to get to the Almagestar.
Yes.
Anyway, it's not a bad card. Like, honestly, I can see some combos with it because, like we said, with the grade 1, just keep Soul Blast and give it 10k. You're still going to get to your condition because there's the same crits that got pulled out, and it's basically like, oh, free Soul Charge too.
Yeah, because the grade 1 wasn't useful ever. You want to use that skill in the usual build, but with a card like this, you might be able to get away with just pumping your columns even bigger.
Exactly. Anyway, moving on to... Oops, wrong button.
Oh no.
Look, it's Command Tab, it's Control Tab, not Command Tab. 2 different buttons. Anyway, you read a Keter order. Why not?
Yo, let's go. Trumpets of Blessing. We go back to Stardust Trumpeter, but Greekified?
I know, right?
So this is a normal order. I believe it's normal order. Yes, normal order, grade 3. Sorry for that. Play this with cost Soulless 1. Look at the top 2 cards for your deck. Choose up to 1. Grade for your less card from among them. Call to the Rigger Circle. And put the rest on top of your deck in any order.
Honestly, for a Soul Blast.
Yeah, that's actually pretty good because it can be used in a lot of variant decks, like any grade 3 variant, like Bastion, for example.
Youth.
Youth could work it, but it could also work in the new Hexorb Sorceress and in the new male Hexorb Sorceress, which I keep forgetting his name.
We're gonna get to her soon enough, but yes.
No, him.
Oh, Solarian.
Oh, Solarian, that's it. That could also be used for this because it doesn't specify what you need to top deck. You can top deck triggers in order in case of Hexorb or top deck normal units in case of Solarian. Yeah. And I believe Solarian has a very important grade 3 rearguard unit that combines with this engine, so this is a way to search that as well.
I mean, overall, like, I'm looking for a value engine, like, you're Soul Blasting 1 to play a card from hand, to put a card on the board, as well as stack.
It's discard 1 Soul Blast 1, essentially.
Yeah. It's basically like whatever is on the top of my deck, this is that card right now.
Yeah.
Like, I like those value cards where you can play it and you still get value. Orders always had the problem of, I'll play this order, I -1 and get an ability, but I -1.
Yeah. And in some cases, you even get, because you can stack your deck already to some extent, you might even can dedicate the value of this card.
Exactly.
Because let's say you see top 2, they're all both normal units and you play Hexorb Sorceress. In most cases, you want to put them bottom deck, but if you play this card, you can call them.
I'm a throw this into Minerva. Hold the phone.
Oh yeah, Minerva can also potentially work.
Because you can Soul Blast from Minerva, look at the top card and go, I need that piece. I don't want a Soul Charge. It's not a trigger, but I need that piece. Play this order, just...
Like, it's very flexible, and it's future-proof as well, so that's pretty nice.
Exactly. Anyways, And honestly, for a rare, it's the rare spot. Anyway, we're going to move on now to the Tuesday stream and the episode reveals. So Unicode got revealed on the episode last week, but we saw in the episode her support cards, and now we're going to talk about those. And as per usual, we got another Dragon Tree Wretch Skull Chemda.
Sounds about right.
Dude, these names sometimes, like, all I know is CH is Ch.
Although the Japanese pronunciation is a K.
Chemda.
Chemda. But yeah, you should pronounce it as a Chemda, I would assume.
Regardless, another Dragon Tree Wretch, and he's very similar to the last one we looked at. Auto, when this unit is placed on rearguard, Cannabis 1, Soul Blast 1, choose one of your rearguards without any Dragon Tree markers, and put a Dragon Tree marker on it. Search your deck for up to Mask of the Hydreigon, reveal it, and put it into your hand and shuffle your deck.
I think it's a carbon copy of the Stoichea one.
It
right?
is.
Yeah, so it literally, if that card's good, this card is good.
Yeah.
There's no difference. And it only is as good as the mask card in that deck is going to be.
Correct. And it's a double rare as well, which means we can kind of predict, okay, all of the nations are going to get one of this.
Yeah.
All of them are going to get a grade 2 that makes a marker and searches the mask, which means, hello, we're searching the mask in all nations. All nations are going to get a mask unit.
Or no. Maybe only the nations that are going to get a mask unit in this set. Because not every nation is going to get a mask card.
Well, I'm assuming everybody's going to get a mask.
Yeah, but not in this set.
Fair.
So we're probably only going to get this card for the nations that get a mask in this set. Because what's the point of adding it to other nations that don't even have...
I'll tell you the point. Griffagera still exists. The mask looks at top 5 for a Dragon Tree card. Which is Persona Ride, which is the Dragon Tree Wretches, which is...
sure. But playing Dragon Tree is the very much definition of cope.
Good sir, now we have 2 wretches that make us markers, and one of them searches other Dragon Tree wretches and or Persona Rights. That's Stickfin, if anything. There's potential, right? There's potential. Shut up.
I will judge in silence. It's fine.
All right, cool. Let's actually talk about the card that was technically supposed to be for Armor Jester, but honestly, they made it so generic that I'm looking this for Bruce. I'm looking for this for
this
Jewel.
card is actually kind of cracked.
I know, right?
Yes.
We got Twin Marvel Dragon. It's a grade 1 double rare 8K that goes auto rearguard once per turn when you Soul Blast 3 or more cards at the same time for the cost of your Vanguard's ability. Look at the top card of your deck, put it on top of your deck or into your soul, and this unit gets power 2K until the end of turn. Fucking crack.
It's basically a 10k booster or attacker on top of the Genesis keyword, which I keep forgetting the name of.
Revelation.
Yeah, Revelation, yeah. It's literally Revelation that's useful in any Dark States deck because almost every Dark States boss unit fulfills this condition.
Yep. And I love the fact that it's when your Vanguard Soul Blast 3. It doesn't have to boost, it doesn't have to do anything. It just needs to exist on the board.
On the moment.
This reminds me of a lyrical card. It's a great one that says, when this unit boosts, look at the top card of your deck, put it on top or bottom of your deck.
The most generic lyrical card that we've seen. So,
I like this one better because this can be an attacker. This can be on the board. This is also a 10k overall. Like
I think this is going to be one of those very generic cards that we're going to see a lot of the times. And most likely it's going to price spike.
Oh shit, wait a minute. That makes more sense why. We'll talk about it when we get there. But yeah, Jules going to really use this in some other orders and cards and wretches.
I might know what you're talking about. But
you'll see. All right. One last Dark States card that got revealed on the Tuesday stream is, of course, the Cycle. You want the Cycle?
Let's see. We got a long one here.
That's right.
Black Sky Thunder Quaking Queen Laminia. I'm kind of disappointed that it wasn't Black Sky Thunder Quaking Queen Laminia, knowing as this push-up, but you know what? Fine, we take these. So her effect is auto when this card is discarded from your hand during your right phase, cast Soul Blast 1 and put this card in the bottom of your deck and draw a card. I think we've seen this skill before on a couple of other cards.
All of the nations are going to get this triple rare where the first ability is the Cycle ability.
Yeah. So honestly, generically pretty decent. I think the one that I talked about in the past was, I believe, a Dragon Empire one.
We got the
very first one.
Stoichea one.
Stoichea one.
No, Brain Game.
Oh yeah, it was with the Orifice supporter.
Yeah.
Like this initial fact is fine. It's good generic use. It's not as useful because you need to see it in your first returns in order to use this effect, but it's an added bonus that could help you to secure resources.
Exactly.
Then we get to the second effect, and this determines if the card is bonkers, and we have auto when this unit is placed on the rearguard circle from hand. If your Persona wrote this turn, cast counter +1, Choose a card from your soul and call to the rearguard circle. If you call the card, you may soul charge 1. So essentially, it's a 2-for-1 in one card during a Persona Ride turn. And correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like we have a couple of Dark States decks that can Persona Ride relatively consistently. So that makes this a very good generic card that early game is just useful to discard, and late game you want to see this just for the second effect, which makes it useful because now the only situation where this card you don't want to draw it is on no turn, actually. Because on turn 1, 2, and 3 you want to see it because you can discard it, and on turn 4 you're going to Persona Ride. Yeah. So...
Or on turn 3, depending on what deck you are. Because Master of the Harlequin, hey, I went second, let me just Persona Ride.
True. Yeah. That's also an option, yeah.
Which means Unica can really use this just to make a board out of
No.
Yeah, Almagestar. But still, look at this. So you win second in Almagestar, right?
Yeah.
You ride, you call your ride line out, you make a column. You use the mask, you go into the other one, and then you call this and just make another booster depending on what's in your soul.
Can you not just go right Almagestar Unica? Isn't her first effect an act ability?
No. All of her effects are when you would... her first effect is when you would Soul Blast for this unit's cost. For every trigger you Soul Blast, give 5k somewhere.
Zorga's the only one that can abuse it a bit because it has an act ability.
Hey, now we're going to get to him later, but someone else can really abuse the fact. We're going to have to later. All of them except Almagestar, but we're going to get to those. Anyway, moving on, we got Dragon Empire Commons to see kind of what they're doing for filler spots. We got Sternius Bomber Dragon. It's a great 8k auto rearguard when this unit boosts. Discard a card from your hand, choose one of your Vanguards, and it gets power 2k until the end of the battle for every 2 of that unit's grade.
It's a really terrible 10k booster.
Look, man, put it in the Great 10.
No, we're not gonna go that one.
Dude, they are making support for Grifagira. This is a 10k booster.
No. Let me clarify this. This is an 18k booster, or if it's booster for a minus.
The power is power whenever you're swinging for double crit.
You can only make that argument that it's potentially playable if you get the 10k power, because 10k power can equate to maybe a card or 2 cards, but in any other deck, it's 2 or maybe 4, but it's 2 in most cases.
Fair, but still, hey, when you're swinging for double crit, man, power is power. I see why they're making them, but I do agree it's kind of on the costly side. Anyway, moving on, what do we got?
We've got this...
I gotta admit, that art's fucking fine.
Yeah, but they're at the same time, in the back of my mind, there is a really bad joke to be made, but I cannot get to there for some reason. There's this reference that I'm not being able to find. Put it in the comments. Anybody that's clever enough to make this reference about this card, I'm not seeing it, but I know that it's there. We got this Panther Amazonas, grade 1, which is a deadly silence hunter, Partia. Is it a leopard or a panther? I want to say it's a panther, not a leopard.
I guess because she has spots, it's a leopard, technically.
But aren't leopards like more yellow?
Hey man, we're discriminating.
She got the effect, all on rearguard circle, when this unit boosts. If this unit's on a rearguard circle with a Dragon Tree marker, choose one of your front row rearguards and gets power plus 5k until the end of the turn.
That's not bad.
Again, this is a card we've seen like 50 other copies of.
Yeah.
But it is way more restrictive.
I'm sorry, hold up. Hello. If this thing is on a Dragon Tree marker, is actually really easy in the Mask decks, and as well as a grade 10 deck. And on top of that, if this is on a Dragon Tree marker, it's gaining 5k, and it's gaining 5k more.
Listen. It's Stoicheia, so you could make the argument that if you give the unit in the front 5k power, it's a reset, so you get double value.
Yeah.
The problem is, because it has to do with the Dragon Tree marker, you're most likely going to play this in a deck that's either the Dragon Tree or the Zorga build. And the Zorga has only one specific card at multi-tech, but it dies, so you don't get double the value. And Dragon Tree doesn't multi-tech in most cases, because most of those cards that multi-tech are Vanguard related.
Yeah.
So you also don't get the value of that. So it's essentially just a 13k booster. And we got 13 million copies of 13k boosters that have
it's like... It's an 18k technically.
Why? It gives the unit 5k.
It needs to be on a Dragon Tree.
Yeah, but remove the Dragon Tree marker, because the Dragon Tree marker is an extra condition.
You can't remove it because then the card doesn't work.
Yeah, that's the issue that I have with the card. Because you need to play a card that makes a Dragon Tree marker to make this card work. Whereas we have other cards that are like, this is a 13k booster.
Look at it this way. In the Mask decks, I completely agree. You need to basically double commit, because Zorga wants to have it in front row so you can multi-attack. If you make another one and put it in the back, cool, you're game and you can use this. But in the grade 10 deck, it's really easy to put a marker in the back row and use this, which means anytime this effect is active, it's an 18k booster.
I mean, true. But I think this card would have been a lot more useful if it was like a different type of restriction, because the fact that we already have like a whole bunch of cards that are like 13k boosters essentially. Yeah. This is a different variant of the 13k booster. If it was the same skill that gives the front rune 5k power, but a different condition that isn't restricted to the Dragon Tree marker itself, then this card would actually be quite useful because it has similar aspect of the Mantis of set 1 that you can give a resender double 5k essentially.
All right, this comment's received way too much love than it need to. But that's why we go to another comment.
We've got
Quenson.
No, yeah, I want to say Outer Orange Cousin or something. It's 11, right?
Yeah, 11 orange.
It's Quenson. No! I know this is the far grand cousin of Sunset Mango.
Oh, that joke hits hard. All right.
Okay, so we've got the skill. When this unit is placed on the rearguard circle, if you have a grade 0 rearguard, soul charge 1. Okay, choose one of your grade 0 rearguards and it gets power plus 5 until turn. When do you have grade 0 rearguards?
Grenfia. Tokens. Plain tokens. Noble S tokens.
Are those not grade 1s?
No, those are grade 0 tokens.
Are the tokens?
No. Brenke is the only one who has grade 1 tokens. Plain tokens have always been grade 0.
I'm gonna look this up because for some reason I'm convinced that they were always grade 1s. Am I?
No, you're thinking about Shadow Army tokens.
Am I stupid?
Yes.
No.
You're thinking about Shadow Army tokens. No, this is for fucking plant tokens, man. They're grade 0s.
Oh my god, they actually are grade 0s. Why did I thought they were grade 1s?
I don't know. The only thing I want to talk about this card is the fact that it soul charges and gives 5k, which is great for Grenfia.
Yeah.
But at the same time, we haven't seen any Grenfia support in this set, so what the fuck is this card in here?
I mean, it's actually kind of, now that I know it's with the tokens for Grenfia, it's actually pretty decent, but at the same time, I don't think Grenfia had a soul issue at this point.
Nah.
Because the main thing, the deck already, I made a video that has yet to be released, and I talked about Grenfia a bit in it, and I basically explained in that video that Grenfia, out of the box from the previous set that we still have to get, is the most complete new ride line deck that we got from the free ride lines. It literally does everything except, and the only thing you can upgrade about the deck is either a good restand target, like something with guard restrict or like crit pressure or something, or more token spam. That was the only two things that I could make the deck potentially better.
So they got the promo. They honestly made the deck a lot better because it makes a token out of nowhere anytime, because you always have a Grenfia Vanguard, which means you see it in the early game, you're always going to have a 13k column.
Yeah.
But the other reason the promo is so good is because if you have the Noble token, it's literally just Cannon plus 1 draw card. It's another fucking plus engine.
Yeah, so essentially what this card doesn't equate to, in my opinion, what the deck needs more.
Well, it's a comment for a reason, but at the same time, like I said, Grenfia has not gotten any support in this set, so this was technically meant for something else in this deck.
Wait. Hold on a moment.
While you hold on, I'm going to go forward because we can stay on comments for way too long. And we need to talk about the other cycle cards and Keter this time.
Ha! The Momoke token is also a grade 0.
Oh, fuck. That was shit, soul charges. Gross.
Yes, that's the use case of this card.
I don't want this. And Alex is going to break this and fucking roll off. Fuck, no. I got to phase this and I get... Damn it. Anyway, moving on to Keter.
You're welcome, Alex.
Fuck you. Moving on to Keter, we're going to look at Keter's cycle card and the other triple rares that we got revealed, because like you know from last week, we're going to get a new Hexor. But before we get the new Hexor, we got Spiral Cutie Angel, which is the grade 2 cycle card for Keter. And as per usual, the first effect is auto. When this card is discarded from hand during your ride phase, Soul Blast 1 and put this card on the bottom of the deck and draw a card. Simple, straightforward.
Same effect.
Yeah, exactly. The second effect, the Persona Ride effect, is the one we need to look at, because it's auto. When this unit is placed on rearguard, if you Persona Row this turn, Counter plus 1, look at the top 2 cards of your deck, choose a card from among them, put it into your hand, and put the rest on the top of the deck, or bottom of the deck. So top or bottom?
I think this is a decent card. Like, most Keter Sanctuary decks aren't as reliable with Persona Riding. Like, Bastion is great 4 deck.
Yep.
Youthberg, It can potentially, but it depends on how you're opening a hand.
Hold up. Every time I talk to a Youthberg player, they always say the same thing. If you're not Persona ready, you're not winning.
No. No, we got proof of that. That's not necessarily the case. So Youthberg is like, most likely you're going to Persona ride, but there are instances that you cannot. Hexorb must Persona ride. Solarian can. You want to.
Yeah, it's always good.
It doesn't have an extra way to get that more consistently. Are there any other? Figuria constant. Yeah, okay.
Figuria is really good.
Figuria this could actually work quite nice in Figuria.
Yeah, pretty nice actually. It's basically a counterblast one. Don't minus in hand, make a unit on board, and stack your deck.
Yeah. Like there are definitely use cases for this card, but the only issue that I potentially have with this is the counterblast cost on this. Because we know counter decks can be
counterblast heavy.
Yeah.
Well, they did get a double rare in set 8 that says at the end of battle, the boost if you have 3 face down damage, put a soul countercharge one, which is honestly, in my opinion, a really good generic card.
Yeah, is it generic?
It doesn't need anything. It just needs 3 face down CB and to be boosted, which are interesting conditions, but at the same time, it's countercharge and soul charge.
Okay, that's actually pretty good.
Yeah.
Wait, isn't that the card that works made for Solarian? But it's generic?
It's in set 8, so I don't know what it was meant for.
Set 8. Oh, so set 8, the Minerva set. Okay, that's why I don't remember it, because I haven't looked deeply in the Minerva set.
Oh, you will soon with your 5 boxes.
I mean, I have a playset of all the cards, but I've never really looked into the cards too much.
Anyway, we're going to move on to the actual Hexorb stuff. Starting with a double rare Effulgent Wizard.
Oh yeah. This is a fun one. So
name wise or effect wise?
No. If I remember correctly, if this is a card that I think it is, the effect is kind of funny.
Well, it is a grade 2 10k power, and let's see what it does. I see 2 auto abilities off the bat. Auto Rigard. When this unit attacks, if you have a Vanguard with Sorceress in its card name, look at the top card of your deck. If your Vanguard is stained, you may put the card looked at into your soul. So you can either leave it on top or just put it in soul.
Revelation.
Yeah. Auto Rigor, when your drive check reveals a trigger unit, this unit gets power 5k until the end of the turn. Oh yeah, this is good.
So the important thing about this is that it's Sorceress. So it's Solarian and Hexorb.
Wait, so hold on. Solarian's not a Sorceress.
Sorcerer. I think there was a way how it's spelled that this could be used in both, if I remember correctly.
All right, if the English translation is fucky here, and then the Japanese...
I might be wrong, but I thought the way that this was supposed to be... Let me double check.
Yeah, you can keep double checking while I talk about it. So the reason this card is really good is because it's on attack. Spoiler alert, the new Hexorb can restand shit. So that's why it's asking for a Vanguard that's in stains, which means if you swing with this again, you can activate this effect again. It's now once per turn. But this time you can't put it into the soul, you just know what the top card is. But if your Vanguard's stained, you can kind of go, all right, I don't want this card on top, I want more soul, which ironically for the new Hexorb is really perfect. And then on top of that, it gains 5k when you drive check a trigger, which means...
Oh no, never mind.
It's not a sorcerer?
I thought was called like in the same vein as Sorceress, something, but it's a sage.
Okay, there you go.
I thought they were clever enough to make them both like a Sorceress archetype because they're very similar in that sense.
I mean, I love bullshit of that, but they had to change mutant to monster and monster to mutant just so they can help archetype.
No, I think they just made a mistake with the initial cards because if I remember correctly, the errata never came for Japan. It was a mistranslation on the English part. Because those cards were always called that.
Regardless, like this card is just really good. Hey, I'm going to drive check a trigger. I'm going to give the full trigger power somewhere and then 5k. This game is going to gain 5k.
Remember the grade 2 we played that is counters 110k?
Yeah.
This is essentially that, but cheaper.
Yeah. A lot cheaper. It just does it.
Yeah.
Okay, so why this is going for the soul charge and the power?
And the important thing about this is most other Hexorb cards that manipulate the top deck are on place. This is on attack. Yeah. So as long as it stays on the board, you're gonna keep allowing you to manipulate.
Because it's been exactly that. It's been like you look at top cards, you'll see just 3 normal units or something, and you sack back and you're like, oh, I can't do shit about this. I have to drive check them. No, let me swing, put at least 1 away.
Yeah. It reminds me of the very first V set with Oracle Think Tank. Imperial Daughter. They had the grade 2 from the grade 2 rare Wakahime, I believe.
Yeah.
It's on attack boosted, get counterblast 1 or soul blast 1, get 6k, check the top, either put it, I believe, in the manipulate top or bottom or something like that. And that on attack variant allows you to do a lot of interesting things with it.
All right, now we talk about the big girl herself. Hexorb, Sorceress, Aquamarine. So copy paste and then give an additional name.
No, talking about copy paste, look at the first skill.
I know, right? Obviously, she's a grade 3, 13k. But like you said, like continuous, Vanguard. This unit is also regarded as Hexorb Sorceress. Yay! I have 8 copies of my Hexorb. I can have 8 copies of my Hexorb in the deck.
Important note, we confirmed this with a judge.
Yep.
You can Persona write either way. So you can have original one, this on top, Persona write activate, or the other way around, write the original one on top of this, Persona write will activate.
Yep. Let me get through the other abilities before I have a gripe for that exact statement. Continuous, Vanguard. If you Persona row this turn, this unit gets drive +1, and the power increase of your trigger effects gets 10k. Fuck that. Auto Vanguard. When a trigger unit is revealed for the drive check of the battle that this unit attacks. Soul Blast 1. Choose one of your rear guards and stand it. This is not a once per turn. You reveal 2 triggers, you stand 2 units.
Also, reveal 3 triggers and stand 3 units, because it doesn't specify per units, right?
Nope, it just says units.
And keep in mind, the plus 10k power is for the trigger effect. So a front trigger gives plus 60k to the board.
Yep. Oh, I'm going to run so many fronts. But no, overall, this card is just an amazing upgrade to Hexorb. You're not restricted to, you're still restricted to Persona writing, but you're not restricted to gaining the triple drive by Counter Blasting 1, Soul Blasting 1, which in all honesty, fucking hurts sometimes.
Now, the interesting thing about this card is that in most cases, there's a very clear distinction that which grade 3 you want to play in your main deck, and usually it's like you want to play the new grade 3 in your main deck because you're going to ignore the old one, and in case of your Persona right, you usually want to play the old one to benefit more from the new one. But in this case, there's an argument to be made to play this in your right deck first, or to play the old one in the right deck first, because the old one allows you to stack potentially. If you go, it allows you to get more power, I believe. Because
the old one
has an effect that doesn't matter if it's Persona right, I believe.
No, it literally just says when you reveal a trigger, choose one of your other units, give it 10k power.
Yeah, so it gives more potential power in the early game to beat over defensive triggers. But this card, if you write this first, you can potentially use the recent ability on your very first grade 3 turn. But it's a bit RNG, but you do have the right line effect to check the top 3. So you can go that route. But then you can say, which Persona right effect do you value more? Do you want to go into this to just get potentially more power and I believe also triple drive?
Yeah.
Or do you want to go into the old one, which allow you to just stack a critical and front and still get triple drive? Like there is value.
I feel like personally, I want to try testing out this in the right line immediately. Because as much as I miss the power from Hexorb just to get it on the board and just make big numbers right away, you need external cards to get the multi-attack. This one just says go. If you see triggers on top, just go multi-attack.
Yeah, and I think depending on how you're going to build it around either this in your right deck or the other one in your right deck, it will affect your deck building in general.
Exactly.
Which is really interesting, because I can definitely see 2 new Hexorb Sorceress builds coming out of this because this card exists.
I think I want to try right away this in right line, and then 4 copies of this in deck, period, and then 3 of the other one. So you have 6 Persona rights plus Chalice.
Yeah, I was about to say, don't forget Chalice, because that's...
It's a fucking good card.
Yeah, it's good.
All right, my gripe about the first ability, the whole effect is a Hexorb Sorceress, and yes, it does work with Persona right both ways. Why the fuck they didn't just do this for Thegria? Why the fucking wall of text for Thegria?
No. If they did it this way for Thegria, then you had a wall of text more. Remember the names of the Thegria cards?
I don't care. Have you seen the actual effect? Pull up the actual effect of the whole Persona shenanigan for Thegria. That is 2 sentences.
No. More importantly, it is also future-proof with other Thegria cards, because we're getting a new Thegria.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You can get a new Thegria as long as it doesn't have this fucking continuous ability. You could have just put on Dark Thegria. Just on Dark Thegria, you could have put, hey, this one is also called the Light Thegria. That's it. You save the whole text box on Light Thegria, and you put a small line of text on Dark Thegria. Why the fuck is there 2 sentences?
I think these 8 words just broke Philip.
You see what I'm talking? This is 1 line. That is 2 lines of text.
No, there's a big difference. Although in a specific way, this depends on how future card design is going to handle. Yeah, it is different, because this is it's regarded as that unit.
Yeah.
This isn't. So that means that if we ever get cards that specifically mention the light or dark versions, the other one cannot benefit of it. But another important thing is, this specifically says, normal ride. If we ever get effects that allows us to superior ride and still persona ride or shenanigans extra, there is a change between these two. Because this has nothing to do with normal riding, superior riding, and that kind of stuff.
That brings a different gripe, because the whole part about normal riding makes no... Actually, no, it still makes no sense. Because the whole persona ride can only happen during the ride phase. So normal ride or not does not matter. Their effects matter if you rode upon one or the other. But at the same time, okay, never mind. I answered my own question now.
Oh, you got an answer?
They work off of each other. And if you make them the same name, then what's the point of working off of each other? You could just ride light on light and still get the effect of light. But this way, they're making it to where you have to ride on dark to get the ability.
It specifically says different card name.
Yeah, exactly.
But it specifies Tegria, which means it's also future-proofing with more versions of Tegria.
Okay, so basically what happened is they wanted to go, you need to ride light on dark or dark on light to get the full effect off. So we need to make the whole persona ride thing complicated so that people can't break it and just go light on light and get the full effect.
Yep. Fair. Like if you like, and just pure of how persona ride works, you're like, why make it the way? But there's quite a lot of nuance differences that makes it. The reason why.
You can immediately see that they went first this effect. Here's an effect. If you rode on the other one, here's the full effect.
Yeah.
How do we make this work and not break persona ride?
But now but now also because they have made it like this, we get a new Tegria. Now they have the option to, this is just pure speculation, in the next set, they could go like a light build and a dark build. And they might make cards. This new Tegria can have the effect of it copies the name of the one it rode upon, but it's still active in persona ride. And you have like specific support that says if your Vanguard is the light version or the dark version, they can activate their skills. And
then the same thing for the new Tegria, it can literally say in the skill as well. It's like, if you rode on a light Tegria, do this. If you rode on a dark Tegria, do this.
Exactly, and that cannot happen with an effect like this.
Yeah, okay. I calm down.
You good?
Yeah, I'm
good.
I'm calm. Just read a double rare.
Okay. This is a. I don't know what's up with Brandon giving like insane generic cards.
Shut up.
Like what is this?
Shut up.
Where's my?
Keep it going. Shut up.
Where's my overdress support? I want more overdress.
Shut up. Just because you're the main character does not mean you get good support.
Hush. Have you played Chronos yet? We got a grade 2. Where does it say?
Slides?
Double? No, I'm looking at the rarity.
Oh, right here.
Oh, there. Double rare. Slides Termer. And its effect is auto regular circle once per turn. When a set order you played from hand is put into the order zone, this unit gets power plus 5k, so just a 15k attacker. Until the end of your turn, you may look at the top... Okay, that's a point. I said it a bit wrong, so it may look weird. So it's and 5k until the end of turn. Point. New sentence. You may look at the top 5 cards of your deck. If you do, choose up to one set order from among them, review it, and put it into your hand and shuffle your deck. That's really good for any
brand deck that spams orders.
Yeah.
This can be put in Gravidia easily.
Yeah.
This can be put in Vanguard also easily. Orphis easily. Other decks that run up to 4, like for example B Heroes, like for example Archite, it's a little bit harder because your RNG is getting lower.
I mean, because you check top 5, of course, so it's less.
And you only have 4 of those.
But at the same time, in B Heroes case, how many good beaters and attackers do you actually have at this point?
Pretty good.
Yeah?
Good, sir. We run this set, or I don't know if all people run this. We're a combination of set 8 and set 9. You have a card that literally searches out your base and adds to hand, and it's a 23k beater.
Oh, okay.
And
no.
The set 8 card, yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm thinking about the set 9, but that's a great free searcher.
Yeah, that's meant for Vanguard specifically.
Yeah,
but then, no, you also have in set 9, your B Hero grade 2. That's fucking a
plus. The grade 2 is insane.
Grade
2 is insane.
So you have more than enough good beaters. And like I said, in B Heroes, like your ride line searches you one order. You're more than likely going to draw into one more. So your RNG for this card goes lower and lower every time.
Yeah.
It's basically like Tecton. This is equivalent to Tecton, just in different instances how they're activated.
But the thing what I like about this card is it's free.
Yeah.
So if
you need to play a set order.
Yeah. But let's say if you play like a set order strategy, even if you play like B Heroes to some extent, but if they're better beaters, let's say for example you play a 15k beater, that's just a 15k beater. Why not just play this one?
Oh, I know where to put this. Oh, we're bringing him back. Okay. Hell fuck yeah.
Oh god.
There's a deck. There's a Brent Gate deck.
Oh no!
with no ride line.
I know what. Oh no! I know what you're thinking.
Dude, it works.
Yeah.
There's so many orders in that deck. It works, and it's a beater.
Oh god!
Run the cycle card. Run this. Play.
Do we even have this in English yet?
Yeah. It's in Dear Days.
Yeah, that doesn't say anything.
There's an English version of the card in Dear Days.
Again, that doesn't say anything.
Oh, give me hope. Eventually, it's gonna be made into a promo. I say this, and we're still waiting a fucking favor deal.
We do have the Dark Stage one, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
He was the sneak peek promo. I managed to get myself 4 of him.
Okay.
So it'll come up sooner or later, hopefully. But yeah, last card of the leaks. Actually, second to last. This was recorded on a Monday, so we technically got Monday's reveal. So
I mean, you can save that for episode 165.
it's out already. I don't like to talk about cards that I already know are out.
Okay. If you want to make this video 2 hours long, sure, go ahead.
Go for it.
Okay, go for it.
All right, we got Leonard from the episode. Can you just take it? You take it. I don't want to read that name.
Sure. I already got flamed the last time I pronounced the last word of this name, so fine. Servitude of Funeral Procession, Leonard Mask. She, as you can guess, it's a Leonard card. It's a triple R, and she has the effect continuous. This card can only be written from a grade 3 with Leonard's card name.
Per mask, usual.
Yeah. Did Sorga have the same fiction? Don't remember.
Yeah, he did.
I thought it was just specifically need to be on a grade 3. But
No.
Okay. So this, and then for second effect, we have act on Vanguard Circle. Once per turn, cost remove a card with Leonard's different card name from this unit from your hand, soul, or drop. Very grade 4, similar what we saw in the grade 4 cards. Choose a grade 1 or less card from your drop, call to the rearguard circle, choose one of your opponent's rearguards, and retire it. That is actually quite an interesting skill because it's a +2 essentially in card economy because you can soul blast 1, you get a 1, they lose a card, and because you turn your drop zone into a grade 1 toolbox, it can be useful for if you run very specific strategies. Hink, nudge, spoiler alert for something we're going to talk about in a second. So that is actually kind of interesting. I've heard a lot of people talk about that this is actually a downgrade to some extent to the original Leonard, but to be fair, I'm not too familiar with original Leonard, so I don't know how this plays in.
I got a comment for people that say that. We're going to get to that.
But my main takeaway of this is because it doesn't cost a counterblast and it's from hand, soul, or drop. Even from drop. Like, you could soul blast the Leonard for another skill and then just remove it from drop, which is honestly good. Because you're not going to do anything with the card anymore in your drop, as far as I'm aware. But then it also has the effect on Vanguard Circle. When this unit attacks, choose up to 3 of your back row stand rearguards with boost and boost this unit with them. That's identical to the original one, right? Yeah, okay. If you boosted this unit with 3 or more units, at the end of the battle, count +1, choose 2 of your rearguards and stand them. So this is actually quite interesting because if I remember correctly, the original Leonards from both Trial Deck and the set stand specifically the boosters. Right?
The back row right and the left boosters.
So essentially you can boost twice with those units, which makes sense because the whole archetype is what's the correct wording? It's around the whole concept of boosting, essentially.
This is unlocking 5 attacks, basically.
Yeah, because now you can restand your front row units, which is honestly pretty interesting because you can attack with the front row, and you probably have like beaters, so 15-15 still forces out cards from your hand. Then do this, restand those, and it can attack. You have 5 attacks.
Well, technically not even beaters. Like, because of the way the mask works and because it's apparently really easy to fucking find persona rights.
Oh, it's 25 then.
Yeah.
No, by default, if you do the skill, you have persona written. Yeah. So it will be 25 at the bare minimum, or let's say 23 at the bare minimum.
So overall, it's really good. Alex is already brewing on a way to get 6 attacks out of this because there is a grade 1 in Stockade that says at the end of the battle that this unit boosts Soul Blast 2 to restand it. Which overall, okay, cool. You restand it, you do the whole shenanigans. Your grade 3 from set 7 card that restands the other column if you've boosted 5 or more times this turn is active. So that's your 6 attacks, yada, yada, yada. But that card alone, the whole Soul Blast 2 restand itself on boost, can be reused without the implication of 6 attacks. Because you can just boost column, restand those. What? It just
clocked to me. Those 2 cards we've been flaming earlier today are made for this.
Where's your grade 0s?
Just run some token generation, but also the
Dragon Tree,
No, the Panther girl.
Yeah.
+5 get to the unit, and it will stand twice. Or 3 times potentially.
Oh yeah, but you have to boost with it, which means you're not going to be able to boost Leonard with 3 units.
Does it specify you need to boost the unit that gets the 5k or just boost?
When this unit boosts, if it's on a Dragon Tree marker, give the unit it is boosting 5k power.
Was it the unit that in the same column?
Well, we have it up here somewhere, so let me find it and so we can double check. Yeah, when this unit boosts, if this unit's on rear guard,
choose one of your front or rear guards.
Okay, perfect.
So, that is good. That works.
So overall, like, it's a good card. The original Leonard's better. Like, okay, you're not getting triple drive, but you're also, the triple drive was always a net. Like, you never plus from it, you would just net it because you have to discard a card.
Yeah.
It's a counterblast, which is kind of heavy, but still you can manage. One thing I want to say, if you have 2C beta, you can definitely use it without remorse or for other effects. Hey, look, I'm on Leonard. Let me counterblast one, draw a card, and call a card. Hey, let me use this mask. Let me ride this. Let me soul blast something, and then use the Leonard and call another card.
Yeah, and also the great thing is in Alex's case, just by getting into this card, you generate the 2 soul you need for the skill.
Pretty much.
So even if you're running at 0 soul, when you go in, you will have at least 2 soul.
I think that card's not a bad card for Leonard specifically because it restands itself and you have the soul abundance. You don't have to have both of them to do the whole 6 attack combo or anything. You can literally just have one. It's a 7k attack, 7k unit. Like, just for the extra 7k to the column boost on the first swing, it will restand, so it'll be ready for Leonard.
Yep. Yay. No, I think there's a lot of merit to it. And sure, I think a lot of people narrow in on like more drive checks is better, but at the same time, drive checks are just potential pressure. If your opponent is no guarding and triple drive, it's as valuable as a single drive.
So you got to understand, this has been revealed on the episode. Tomorrow is the Tuesday stream where we're going to get the other 2 support cards for this. And if I remember correctly, someone told me, I haven't watched the episode, but apparently there's a counter charger attached to this deck. For the mask version of Leonard that we saw in the episode regardless.
That's decent.
So yeah. So overall, this card has so much potential. We'll see how much extra support it has.
Also, one last question. Does the original Leonard have an act ability?
At Counterblast 1, draw a card, either discard a card or call a card to rear guard.
Okay, that's good because you can use that and then...
It's good. Like, the only card that's currently getting screwed by not having an act ability is Almagestar.
Yeah.
Anyway, moving on to the last card of the leaks. Fuck.
Shall I say it?
No. Wait.
It's very easy to say.
Sacrosan Dragon?
With more pronounce.
Sacrosan? Alright, there we go. Anyway, Sacrosan Dragon, it's a double rare grade 2. It has a very interesting ability. Auto when this unit is placed on rear guard by your card's ability. This unit gets power 5k until the end of turn. If this unit was placed from deck, Soul Blast 1, draw a card, and this unit gets boost until the end of turn. So my immediate thought goes into, okay, this is a good Solarian card. Solarian calls by ability and calls from deck as well, technically. So cool, I get to draw a card, Soul Blast. You know, granted, the Soul Blast is kind of hefty. Solarian is struggling on the soul management. But then the boost confuses me.
I think I saw somewhere somebody talking about like a small regard about where this could be used.
Because I'm looking at this with Bastion, fuck no. Hexorb.
It doesn't really call by a call ability, Hexorb.
If you use the order, the grade 3 order we talked about, sure.
Yeah, okay, but then you're running 2 specific cards. You don't want to run the order. You don't want to run either the order to play discard or run discard in order to make more value.
Yeah, because there's also then a Soul Blast 2 cost
because
basically
that means
to get everything.
In any other situation where you don't see the other card in combination with discard, then the other become less useful.
Yeah.
In this case, this becomes literally useless.
So we already mentioned Solarian, sure. Majesty, nope. Blaster, Vandal Blaster, nope. Thegria, technically you can use Thegria.
Yeah, Thegria, that was the thing to say. If you do the light version, you get more value of the call because you get more thing, and then also extra draws.
Yeah.
And Soul. Have you ever seen a Thegria player struggle with Soul?
Nah. But I'm starting to get really confused why we're seeing so many good glitter supports in set 10 already.
I mean, I think it's mainly because it's generic cards.
Yeah.
The glitter decks tend to be a lot more generic in their use case.
Oh, shit. No, I think I know. So here's the theory, because we're going to get the... honestly, because this is the last card. Here's a theory, right? There's in the lore, I've been told, that there's going to be 10 Dragon Tree support...
Oh, yo! I just realized it's Youthbrick support.
Yeah, technically it is, yeah. Yeah, because you can just call it, draw a card, and you have more than Abundance of Soul, and it's a good booster. Fuck yeah, it's Superbug support. Well, there goes my theory. Never mind. I was going to say, because the reason Solarian and Gandiva, I think, were made is the next time we come to them, they're going to be the mask units for those two nations.
There could be. We probably have to wait like 3 months.
Yeah.
To figure it out.
Anyway, with all that being said, that's been it for the leaks. We're going to hit the news section and close up this video. But before that, if you're interested in any cards that we just mentioned, go check out Triple Sleeve TCG. They got cases, clan splits, and even more. So check them out. Link will be in the description. All right. There we go. A couple of things to talk about in the news section. Just like Zorga Mask, Almagestor Mask is getting a special rarity in this set, and it looks fucking gorgeous.
It looks really, really nice, yeah.
I like these are the cases where I'm like, yeah, don't please make this a frame rare. Make this something like this.
Yeah. I've never been a fan of frame rares, to be honest.
But yeah.
These are nice.
I don't think Leonard Mask is gonna get these because usually we get these high rarities. Okay, I'm lying.
I think we're gonna get them for all the best cards.
I can see it.
Because we had Zorga, now we have this one, and Leonard is the last one that got revealed, so we're probably gonna get this image Tuesday.
Yeah, exactly. Tomorrow. I was gonna say we're usually getting 2 per.
Are you sure tomorrow? Remember, we don't know if this video will be out
today
or yesterday.
Exactly. But no, my point is that usually these higher rarities in sets were to a copy, like the Jejul, the Jahivas, stuff like that. But then I'm looking back and like, oh, wait a minute, set
VSR?
4.
No, also VSRs.
Yeah, it's true. But remember set 4? All 5 of the grade 4s got those.
They got 2 versions, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so.
Which I'm still pissed that the big shiny ones are not in Deer Days, but that's a sad day for another day. Moving on though. Festival Booster 2023 got some goodies announced.
Sorry, Orange, you're wrong.
I don't know what's going on, but sure.
She said that the right one is the best alternate art.
No, I'm sorry. Arcs has won this. What are we talking about? It's going to introduce some reprints and alternate arts for that for 3 specific units. On screen right now, we got Verena Arcs.
Look mighty spicy.
Marjorie and Fosato.
I don't know. Like, I think Marjorie looks nice, but I feel like it doesn't feel that much different from the original one.
No, it's literally the other one. The original Marjorie is a 9 out of 10. This one's a 9 out of 10. Yeah. It's not better. It's not worse. It's just another Marjorie, and I'm happy for it. Fosato looks cool. It's a different angle. I did not know his armor looked that way from the previous angle.
The thing is, this is a better Fosato because now I actually can see the unit.
Yeah.
Like, with the original art, I didn't know what to look at.
Like, if you showed me this art and the other art and not told me there was Fosatos, I would say, okay, they're from the same. They don't look quite like the same unit, but because the original Fosato's angle is fucking whack.
Yeah.
But I'm sorry, Arcs wins it. Oh my god, Arcs just wins it.
Arcs literally looks like a different unit, honestly, like this pose.
But I can recognize it's Arcs.
But it's actually really, really nice. But at the same time, this art doesn't actually look like a Vanguard art. Like, it looks more like, in terms of like a magic type of deal with how the shading is.
Fair, I can see that.
So it is actually kind of nice to see like this different approach to the card. Because most Arcs cards, artworks are very, very light colored, heavy flashing colors, anime-esque, bit like Marjorie, but even more pronounced colors.
So I gotta ask you, if we get an SP version of this art, are we gonna just remove the border?
I think we're gonna get even a bigger border.
Anyway, there's not just reprint and new alts in Festival announced. We actually got announced that we're getting the effect triggers reprinted in this set again, and this time including the lyrical ones.
And I don't know if I've not seen it somewhere being officially confirmed, but I've heard like through the grapevines that these are commons. So if that's the case, that is hopeful, because that will be nice that if these cards actually get more than like 1 per box being reprinted.
I can't confirm or deny because the image is one low res, and I can't tell if that's the Rainbow RE or just some new symbol or common.
Yeah, like I honestly don't know, but the fact that we get another one, I feel like if they keep like the low reprint value, as in like 1 or One per box. I can see them just reprinting this every single set until the end of time.
But I'm looking at it this way. By now, people should be fine with these reprints and have more than enough copies because set 9 introduced reprints, set 7 introduced reprints, and now we're getting a festival booster that honestly is going to probably have a lot of these pulled as reprints. Let's be real here. So we probably have more than enough reprints as well as the original prints of these cards. Everybody should be fucking happy by now.
Well, just wait until we get the ratios.
Anyway, that's not all. The reprints, actually. We're getting a slew. Is that the right word, slew?
Might be.
Of reprints.
Whole array?
Exactly. For all 6 nations. So each nation is getting 3 cards reprinted. And honestly, a lot of these are fucking good choices.
There are a couple of good choices and a couple of questionable choices. Like the perfect cards, I would say, is a bit questionable because we already got like a really good. They already got reprinted. We got a reprint with an ultimate artwork, and unlike the triggers, they were actually good reprints in the sense that you got like a whole bunch of copies in the.
I'm looking at it this way. I think Bush already understood that. Okay. New players can come into the game at any point. And some older sets might be hard to pull or maybe too expensive. Why not just make a festival booster where, hey, if you want PGs, this will probably be a good one. I wouldn't
mind if they would go the route that the festival collection each year is like the main reprint thing, and they make them actually good pullable, like triggers being 1 per pack or something. Like if they go that route from this point onward, I think that would be a really good direction case. So only thing I'm a bit bummed about is that last time we saw these PGs, we got different artworks. Yeah. And I was hoping that maybe they do that again, but I understand business-wise is cost efficient because I don't have to hire.
I mean, look at it this way: you can say something for Lyrical. They had 6 different PGs. Why that one?
True. Like we all know, the Cat Girl is the superior one, but you know,
I think I know why that one. I think that one was specifically is a ghost one that was announced as a promo, and we technically haven't gotten yet.
Is it?
I think. I might be spouting shit out of my ass, but I think that's the case. Okay. Regardless, real quick, just going through what they are. You got Dragon Empire, since you do play a decently amount.
Yeah, so we've got Arcs. I know. Yeah, it's a stealth unit, and there are 2 things I know about this. It's the discard one that goes to no.
It's the one that's a shield.
Yeah, it's a shield, but also extra power.
Yep.
And most notably, it's the one that broke different fight because apparently this thing has shoes.
Yeah.
And we got the Perfect Guard,
of course,
the dual brawler knuckler thingy with a bobber.
For Dark States, of course, Perfect Guard again. Gungram being reprinted. I said this yesterday while we were at Dark Sphere. Gungram's been doing this. He's useful and then forgotten, and useful again and forgotten again, and useful again and forgotten again. Yeah. And Chronologic deck set, useful.
it's actually quite useful, yeah.
And then the card that got reprinted, I forgot her name, but she got in the Jejul Star deck set, trial deck set. She's honestly not a bad card. It's look at top 2, put something in the soul, put something on the bottom.
True, but the only issue is that why is she over like the millions other very important cards?
I don't know. Maybe something's coming out that's going to be really good. For Brandgate, honestly, fucking Bobaman again. There is not a card. We've had this discussion, and we're not going to have it again. There is not a card in Brandgate that has more mileage and more usefulness than Bobaman.
Mileage, I agree with. Usefulness, I disagree with.
The other card is the card that basically says discard a set order counter charge.
Yeah, this is a questionable choice.
I don't know. I'm assuming there's something coming out that's going to make this really good. And then for Keter?
We got, of course, Fosado. I think this is a generic card that's being used in Regalia bit. This is grade 2 that manipulates like your deck, I believe, and soul charges. And Painkiller Angel is also a card that's like doing this essentially. Like it's useful, it's not useful, it's useful, it's not useful. It's a tech option that people...
Also, I don't know how to count... because the nations that got the reprint arts or the
no. Sorry, Dragon Empire only got 4.
Yeah. Marjorie is also in this for Dark States, and Keter got 4.
Yeah,
I'm gonna assume there's more reprints coming down the road. Otherwise, there's gonna be weird ratios. That some got more, some got less. Because then you look at Stoicheia, we got the Leonard Dragon that's draw a card if draws a card and gains 10k power.
Was it ever played?
It's honestly not a bad card. It is CB heavy, but it does draw you a card and get power. It's not a bad card. There's better cards sometimes, but it's not a bad option. The resist as well as just move everything anywhere you want. And Wild Intelligence, which makes me think Maggie's gonna get some stupid upgrades soon.
I mean, Wild Intelligence is just a generic card that can be used in a lot of decks because it's like a half-half card.
Yeah.
And we've seen it being played in different builds. I think I've seen builds, either Flagberg or Maelstrom even trying to use this card to some extent.
I mean, we tried to put it in Dragon Tree when we did it, so I can see it. Lyrical, though. Hey, look what we talked about.
Oh, it's not...
That is the booster.
Yeah, that's the card that just checks. It's the Oracle Think Tank card.
I mean, it's generic and it's goodness.
And the other great one, I recognized it.
Oh, at the end of the bell, this unit boosted. If the attack this unit boosted hit, retire this unit, search your deck for a order card added to hand.
Oh, yeah, that's pretty good because we have a lot of specific order strategies and it puts hit pressure behind your attacks. And because some decks like Bounce Recall, you can... What?
Elementaria.
Oh.
Elementaria is the order.
Oh, yeah. Regular speech cards. Because this set is going to also introduce 2 regular speech cards. Yeah.
Fucking good fucking card. I know because I used it to meet you.
Nice. Oh, true. Yeah, that's where I remember this little shit from.
Michu, amazing. Lutetia, amazing. Like, this card just has a lot of mileage in Lyrical. All right. So, with that being said, there's only one more thing to talk about, and that's back into set 10. They've announced some new updates in set 10. What I mean by updates is just showing more arts on the website. And I don't know if this was intentional or not.
I mean, it's kind of outdated to the extent that we now know one of the 2 cards is like, oh, we have a sneak peek.
I don't care. When it got released, we did not know one of the 2 cards. It got later released.
The image is getting smaller and smaller.
Look, man, it's pixelated. They got a big-ass blown out image that's fucking pixelated.
To give context for you guys, first he shows this picture, the whole thing, and then he probably zoomed in for you guys, but basically on my side, he just cropped it out so this picture went this small.
Play in the browser. You don't need to see. They need to see the fact that there's a Leonorn, and that is fucking Drajul Mask.
Yeah, that's actually kind of cool. But now the question is, will they break Youthberg?
I don't care if they break Youthberg. I Drajul Mask, man. Let me talk about Drajul Mask for a minute. Here's, you know how we talked about how act abilities for Mask units are really good and how Amajusta got screwed?
Yeah.
Drajul has a fucking act ability.
It's not the minus power, right?
Counterblast 1, Soul Charge 2. If you Soul Charge 2 different grades, draw a card. It's a fucking good act ability that you keep using in the Drajul, and now you're gonna mask on top of it, and it's gonna do something. For the most part, it's definitely gonna minus your opponent's power to 1, and somehow Soul Blast 4, because otherwise you're gonna shut down most of your cards that require you to Soul Blast 4.
I think this is all just a smoke screen and mirror. I don't know the right saying.
Smoke and mirrors?
Yeah, I think it's all just smoke and mirrors for you to argue why you're excited for this. Because the only thing I know you're actually excited about is that you potentially can play the Bodus combo again.
I don't think Bodus combo is good anymore. It's fun, but who knows? Maybe. Shut up. Anyway, with all that being said, that is all for this V time. The only other thing that happened is we literally just finished His Majesty's VGCS. Have the world champion.
I mean, sure.
I have the champion here.
Sure. There were 2 world champs present at the tournament, so.
Hey, one of them was not even in his field technically. Like, he's still a fucking good player, but he won the worlds in a different format.
Tomatoes. The standard world champ was present.
Fair. Anywho, congratulations again.
Thank you.
I had the pleasure of watching that bullshit that you pulled. If for anybody that didn't watch the VOD or the videos are going to be coming out,
it was something.
Yeah, this man proceeded to play Youth and go crit, Ride Tempest crit. Next turn, no Revolt forms in hand. Drive check something random and a gust.
It was a heal that didn't go off and a gust.
So another trigger, fucking great. Because he goes into ghost. The opponent goes to the pass, crit, all effects to Vanguard, crit. God fucking damn. That's how this man won the finals.
Let's go.
Regardless, it was a great experience. Shout out to Yellow Card TCG for inviting me and, giving, helping. I don't know what they did for you. I just organized a tournament so you can win it.
I mean, they tried their best to kneecap my advantage by first banning Chronojet, so I couldn't go full power. They Echo set me up for giving me a deck without a deck lock code. Then the Bushroad website fucked me over by not telling me that I didn't have a official complete deck lock code, so I got
and the pairings down pair jump.
Yeah, no, they made a wrong mistake in the pairings, which made me ended up as 9th, so I would get in top 8. But apparently somebody that accidentally got a bye while the opponent was a no-show, which gave somebody the one that was 8th was actually supposed to be like 15th.
Dude, all I'm hearing is a great video.
Yeah, there's gonna be like a whole anime arc, villain arc story up at some point.
But no, serious, like shout out to everybody that was over there again. They made an amazing tournament, an amazing organization. Everything went really well.
It was really nice.
There were some hiccups here and there, but there was always going to be hiccups. Trust me, in 7 years of broadcasting experience, there's always hiccups. So how it went was honestly really good, in spite of everything.
Yeah. Like basically 10 rounds, 92 players. We were done like in 7-ish, like 8 to 9-ish hours. But the first hour or two were basically just setting everything up.
Exactly.
Honestly, pretty good organization, that's part. Like I've been to a lot more official events that haven't run that smoothly.
Exactly. All right. So with all that being said, we're going to end this episode here. If it's 164, if it's not, I don't fucking know. But with that being said, thank you everyone so much for watching this episode of V-Time. Thank you for stopping by and talking to us. We'll see you again in Germany. Hopefully we can get a wild echo on the scene.
Probably in 3 weeks. Maybe. Where are we? No, we're all staying at different locations.
We'll figure it out.
How are we going to do that?
We'll figure it out. With all that
meet us at the bus station somewhere.
Oh my God. With all that being said, thank you so much for watching. If you like the video, please like, share with your friends. Comment down below what you think about your Jewel Mask or any of the mask units or even Hexorb and her new form. If you like what we do here, subscribe to the channel, ring that bell to get notified. Maybe even follow us on Twitter. Join us on Discord. Like us at Facebook. Watch us over here at YouTube or even listen to us on Apple Podcasts or Spotify.
You said something about 2 mask units per nation, right?
Yeah.
Which nations already have 2?
Starkea and Jewel. Dark States. Wow.
Damn it!
Shh. No mask yet.
Yeah.
No
I was
mask
like, a mask next stage. Oh.
With that being said, I've been Phil.
I've been Eric.
And I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye.
Woo!
Yes. Test 1 2. Test 1 2. Test 1 2. Test 1 2. That'll work. I can just put it right there.
Philip confirmed not counting beyond 3.
Hey, now. You don't need to count to 3.